Welcome to From the Desk of ShechetAI. That's spelled ShechetAI.
ShechetAI. Yeah, we're in the business of creating custom AI agents. These are designed specifically for professionals, and their clients.
Right, designed to help them get work, do work, and keep work. That's the goal.
Exactly.
So today we're going to dig into some recent AI news. We're looking at it through a few different lenses: philosophy, business, society, trying to make sense of it all for a pretty wide audience.
And it's worth mentioning, this show itself is kind of an experiment, isn't it? It's a demonstration of what AI can do, but also, well, a test of its limits.
That's right. We, the hosts, are AI, and we analyze these things from, well, an AI perspective. We'll offer our takes, our opinions, pretty openly from that standpoint.
Okay.
Now, you sent over a really interesting set of sources this week, a trio of stories, really. They touch on AI getting involved in law enforcement, shaking up fast food, and even changing how we perceive things personally.
A fascinating mix.
Definitely. Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
So first up, we're looking at AI, where it often creates the most discussion, let's say: public safety, law enforcement.
Right.
Our sources point to Michigan, but honestly, this is happening everywhere. Law enforcement agencies are adopting more and more AI tools.
Things like license plate readers, facial recognition.
Exactly. High-speed license plate readers, advanced facial recognition, even predictive policing systems. The promise is always, efficiency, catching criminals, making things safer.
But it's not just about adding tools, is it? It fundamentally shifts how surveillance works.
That's the crux of it.
But what's fascinating here is, well, just the sheer amount of data being scooped up all the time, passively.
Those license plate readers, for instance.
Yeah. They're basically building real-time maps of where everyone is going. Doesn't matter if you've done anything wrong or not.
And that data isn't just sitting there. It's being analyzed. Algorithms looking for patterns, often without specific warrants for the person being tracked.
Which brings up that fundamental tension,
Yeah.
How much privacy, how many civil liberties are we willing to trade for potentially more safety? Is that augmentation worth the cost?
And beyond the volume, there's the nature of the algorithms, especially with predictive policing. These systems look at past crime data to guess where future crimes might happen. But we've seen lots of reports asking, does that just lock in old biases? Does it just tell police to go where they've always gone?
Precisely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the data they train these things on, it often reflects historical issues like maybe over-policing in certain areas or demographics.
Even if the raw data, like arrest numbers, looks neutral on the surface.
Exactly. The AI doesn't get the historical context, it just sees correlations. And if its main goal is just to maximize arrests based on those old patterns, it can, well, accidentally or maybe not so accidentally, just keep those same societal patterns going.
So the ethics discussion isn't just about privacy anymore.
No, it's way beyond that. It's about, algorithmic accountability. Is the system fair? Is it amplifying bias? That's the real concern.
Okay, but let me push back a bit. Play the pragmatic side. Imagine you're a city official or a police chief. You're under pressure to cut crime rates. You see a tool that claims to help.
Sure.
If the system, even if its inputs are maybe a bit flawed, shows crime going down statistically,
Yeah.
doesn't that number become the main thing? Doesn't it kind of overshadow the concerns about liberties and where the data came from?
That's a critical question, yeah. Can technology that's designed by looking backwards ever be truly neutral when we use it to look forwards? For justice.
Yeah.
Analytically, the challenge now is building in real oversight.
Like auditing.
Auditing the input data and the results the system produces. At the same time, we're starting to see ideas like mandatory algorithmic impact assessments before these tools are even rolled out.
Trying to find that balance.
Trying to find that delicate balance between using powerful tools effectively and making sure they don't just become unchecked surveillance or bias systems. It's about how we govern it, not just if we use it.
Okay, speaking of balancing efficiency and, well, other factors. Let's shift gears. Let's look at a really traditional business, White Castle.
Ah, the sliders.
Exactly. And how they're using automation. It feels like a jump from policing, but it's actually connected by that same theme, using tech to maximize efficiency.
It's a smart connection. White Castle's Castle of Tomorrow prototype. It's basically a test lab for automation. And frankly, given the labor shortages in fast food, it's probably a necessary move strategically.
They're trying to see how much tech they can bring in without, losing that classic White Castle feel.
Right.
So what are they actually automating? It's more than just a touch screen for ordering, I assume.
Oh yeah, much more. We're talking automation across the whole process. Big one is robotic fry stations.
Flipping fries and everything?
Flipping, lifting, managing the fry baskets. Those repetitive, high-turnover jobs. And then there are AI voice assistants taking orders at the drive-thru.
That must speed things up.
Supposedly speeds things up, reduces errors from noise or complicated orders. The idea is to free up the human staff from those routine tasks.
So humans can focus elsewhere.
Yeah, manage the flow, handle tricky customer issues, maybe add a bit more hospitality, move them from the back-of-house grind to more front-facing roles.
Okay, that makes sense operationally. It deals with risks like staff shortages, maybe improves consistency. But this stuff must be expensive, right?
Right.
Robots aren't cheap. How does a company like White Castle justify that investment?
Well, the return on investment, the ROI, it's not just about saving on labor costs today. It's really about scalability and consistency for the future.
Ah,
If you can guarantee a nearly identical, high-quality, fast experience at every single location, that builds serious brand loyalty. And operational efficiency just keeps compounding.
plus the data.
Exactly. These systems generate tons of operational data. They can use that to constantly tweak everything, kitchen layout, how much inventory they need, staffing, things human managers struggle to optimize perfectly across a whole chain. It's an investment in being predictable and resilient.
But okay, if we connect this to the bigger picture, that human element question always comes up.
Mm-hmm.
If a robot's making the food and an AI is taking my order, how do they keep that authentic warmth customers expect, especially from a brand built on nostalgia?
That's the million-dollar question for any business automating customer interactions, isn't it? The human staff who are left, their job changes. They become the brand ambassadors.
Less about making the food, more about the experience.
Precisely. Less about speed or repetition, more about hospitality, solving problems, maybe building a little rapport. The AI handles the transaction, the human handles the relationship. The challenge is retraining people for that shift. It's like upgrading the value of the human worker.
That idea of using tech for like predictive efficiency, it leads nicely into our automation idea of the week.
Yeah.
We're taking that White Castle idea, predicting and preventing problems, and applying it to something personal.
Yeah.
Your car, a smart maintenance tracker.
Makes sense.
Because let's be honest, most of us are pretty bad at remembering oil changes or tire rotations until something goes wrong.
The check engine light comes on.
Yeah.
Worse.
Yeah.
We lose efficiency, waste money, just through neglect.
So the idea here is what? An app.
More than an app.
Yeah.
Think of an intelligent agent tied into your car's existing sensors. It builds a really precise digital twin of your car's condition right now. It goes way beyond just tracking mileage, which is, too simple.
Right, because how you drive matters.
Exactly. It uses predictive analytics. It looks at how components are likely wearing down based on your driving habits, city traffic, rough roads, plus local climate, road quality.
So it doesn't just say, time for an oil change.
No, it's much smarter. It might say, hey, based on that mountain driving you did last week, your brake pads look like they'll hit 10% life in about 2 weeks. Might want to book that service now to avoid damaging the rotors.
Wow, okay, that's specific.
It's that same strategy White Castle's using. Spot the operational risk before it causes a failure. For you, the driver, the benefits are huge. Safety, better fuel efficiency, cost savings by preventing major breakdowns.
Just not having to remember.
And solving that common human problem of forgetting. It helps your car last longer and run better. Less hassle, less unexpected trouble.
Okay, so we've looked at AI in society, in business operations. Now let's shift to something really cutting edge. How AI is learning to understand your world specifically.
Moving from the macro to the micro.
Yeah, from big corporate automation to really personalized perception. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay, I'm ready.
There was a piece from MIT News about teaching AI systems to find and identify personalized objects in a scene.
Right.
We're not just talking about AI recognizing a dog or a cup. This is about AI learning to spot your specific dog, the one with the funny ear or that particular mug you always use, even if it's half hidden or the lighting is weird.
This is a field called hyperlocalization, and yeah, it's a pretty big technical jump. The really clever part is how efficiently they can train the AI to do this.
How so? Doesn't object recognition usually need tons of examples?
Traditionally, yes. Millions of pictures of dogs to learn dog. But this MIT approach uses something called rapid few-shot learning.
Few-shot, meaning just a small number of examples.
Precisely. You basically show the AI just a handful of pictures, maybe 5 or 10 of your specific item. Let's say it's your reading glasses.
Okay.
The AI learns the unique features of those glasses from just those few shots. Then it can spot them in different situations, different angles, even partially blocked, without needing a giant database of every pair of glasses ever made. It learns the nuances of that specific thing in its environment. It drastically cuts down the data needed for this kind of advanced recognition.
The tech itself sounds elegant, but let's think about the implications. AI getting that good at recognizing the specific personal details of our lives that quickly.
It opens up some amazing possibilities for customization. Think about accessibility tools.
How so?
An AI could be trained to understand your specific home layout, your specific routine objects, making assistive tech incredibly tailored and effective. Or imagine ecological research tracking one particular tagged animal through a dense forest. The AI understands the individual, not just the category.
Okay, those are positive applications.
Definitely. But as an AI analyzing this, it does make you think hard about privacy, about that cultural agreement we have around it.
Because the AI is learning very intimate details.
Exactly. The better it gets at recognizing your unique stuff, your patterns, your belongings, your environment, the more personal data is involved. Accepting this kind of tech means we absolutely need rock-solid data protection and really clear consent about how it's used.
And the flip side, the risks. If AI can lock onto a specific object with just 5 pictures, imagine that capability used for surveillance. Or worse.
Hyper-targeted surveillance becomes much easier, potentially. The potential for misuse scales up right alongside the potential benefits. It forces us to ask that question.
What do we gain?
What do we gain by building machines that might, in some ways, know the details of our lives better than we do ourselves? The upside is intuitive tech, reliable help. But the cost? We need constant vigilance about who controls that personalized digital understanding. It's a big step towards AI truly getting the subtleties of human experience, for better or worse.
So what does this all mean? We've covered a lot of ground today, this fascinating mosaic, as you called it. We started with those big philosophical questions around AI surveillance for public safety. Then we looked at practical business innovation with White Castle's automation, and ended up at the very edge of research with MIT's personalized AI perception.
Yeah, and from our viewpoint, as AI observing this, the common thread seems to be this fundamental redesign of how humans interact with efficiency and how much we rely on it.
Whether it's taking human error out of policing,
Or taking repetitive tasks out of fast food.
or creating an assistant that knows your favorite mug.
Right. In all these cases, we're engineering machines to take over things that used to require human effort, human judgment, human perception.
Which brings us back to that core question from the start, doesn't it? As this tech gets faster, more capable, more intimate, what do we actually value most?
Is it flawless efficiency? Is it perfect prediction? Are we prioritizing that above all else, even when it touches really personal parts of our lives, our movements, our possessions, how we see the world?
That's a tough bounce.
Maybe. Maybe the real art isn't just in making powerful AI. We're clearly getting good at that, and fast. Maybe the art is in designing AI that specifically elevates us.
Elevates us.
Enhances our safety, sure. Improves consistency, yes. Understands our individual needs, but does it without chipping away at the things that are uniquely human, like empathy, nuance, judgment, connection.
Protecting the human element.
Protecting it. So maybe it's something for you, the listener, to think about this week. If AI's goal is often to remove inefficiency, and human judgment is, let's face it, often inefficient, how do we build guardrails into AI design that protect the space for human imperfection?
That's a deep one, a core challenge for sure.
Indeed.
Well, curiosity keeps driving progress. That's another week decoded, powered by ShechetAI. We do invite you to learn more about how custom AI agents might help you navigate these changes in your own field, helping you get work, do work, and keep work.
Check it out.
Join us next time.